In 2025, you can't make these mistakes, these 7 mistakes that I'm going to show you right now in this video. Hey everyone, how are you doing? All good? I'm Edipo Kleber and I want to show you right now 7 common mistakes that in a way are even part of the culture. Let's talk about our Brazilian renovation, so to speak. However, nowadays when we're designing a new apartment or a new house, we hardly ever use them. These 7 items that I'm going to show you here now, which even I consider to be mistakes, and I'd like to hear your opinion here in the comments. First, lighting itself. When it comes to television, it's very common for us to see spotlights, especially spotlights directed right above our television. I ask you, why would you have lighting above your television? Edipo Kleber, just turn it off, just leave it off. When I'm not watching, I leave it on. When I'm watching, I leave it off. But tell me, what's the point? What's the point of putting lighting there? The most common thing is a spotlight to light up above your television. If you already have the television panel there, it's beautiful, nice, wonderful. You have a 60 or 70-inch television, and then you go and put a spotlight in the ceiling to shine right on top of your television. Guys, I always say this here, and those who have been following me for a long time know there's no need for that. Unless on your panel, on your television wall, you have a shelf above the television. And then you have decorative objects, you have plants there, and LED strips, some mini spotlights, and so on, which I think is very interesting that way. But if you don't have it, okay, it's just the television and above it is already the ceiling, there's no need. I always tell you this, for me that's a mistake. Not leaving a recess at the base of your kitchen cabinet. This can even cause health problems for you. Look at what I'm going to tell you now. Let's even talk about ergonomics and public health. Let's put it that way, right? You're there building your house, you're renovating, you're going to work on your kitchen. You know that little base that sits between the floor and the start of your custom cabinet? We need to have a recess there, okay? I usually like to leave at least 10 centimeters, okay? 10 centimeters, which is about this much here. Look, why do we have to leave it? It's not that I like it, it's that we need to leave this recess in our baseboard of our custom furniture. Because when you're standing leaning against your countertop, when you're going to wash the dishes, when you're going to prepare food and everything else, it's natural for the tip of our foot to go beyond the line of our body. Just try standing up. Hold on, watch the video first, then you can try this test. Stand up and you'll see that the tip of your foot goes past the line of your body. So this is natural. We need to leave this gap, our baseboard, in our base, in our kitchen. So when you're renovating, don't make this mistake. Don't align the base of your kitchen directly with your cabinet. Your cabinet stops here. Here, you set back 10 centimeters and make your base there. That way, you'll have much more functionality in your kitchen day to day. Parallel lighting. Imagine you live in a large space, you have a large room in your house and you don't have parallel lighting. It's like, what is lighting? Parallel lighting is very easy for you to understand, okay? You walk into your house, press the switch and turn on the lights in your house. Then you go have a snack and all, and when you're going to sleep, you go to your bedroom and you have a long way to get there. Of course, nobody lives in a house that's kilometers long, right? We have a decent amount of space, but it's much more comfortable. You turn on the main lights in your living room at the entrance and turn them off either when you leave or when you enter your bedroom. Imagine yourself at night, you go to the kitchen, okay? Let me give you a practical example. You go to the kitchen, you open your bedroom door, and you have to go all the way to the living room to turn on the main lights before you get to the kitchen. Wouldn't it be easier if you had a parallel switch? You open the bedroom door, turn it on here, and you can turn it off in the kitchen or the other way around. I enter the apartment, switch it on here, and off by my bedroom door. That's what I want you to understand. Parallel lighting and even intermediate lighting with 3 or more points to turn the lights on and off. If you're going to renovate, even just a small renovation, and you're going to change the lighting, consider installing parallel switches. It will be much more functional. Your house in your daily life, lowering the ceiling in your house, in your rooms, right there in your home. If you already have a low ceiling, pay attention to this because it's very, very important as well. I get a lot of questions here every day in the comments on the videos like, I live in an apartment. It has a height of 2.40 meters. The ceiling height from the finished floor to the slab is 2.40. Is it worth it to install a drywall ceiling here in my house? It depends. Because I say it depends if you're going to do something decorative, for example, an open molding, a closed molding. I agree with you. Now, if you're going to put a full ceiling in this room in your apartment, since it already has a low ceiling, 2.40, 2.35 meters in my opinion, it's not worth it, okay? If you lower the whole ceiling, it's already low, and you're going to take away even more centimeters from the height, you will. Soon, you'll have that feeling of, wow, I'm being squeezed inside my own house, inside my own apartment. So don't make that mistake. If you have a room with a low ceiling, don't lower the ceiling with plaster, drywall, polyvinyl chloride wood, or any material. Think about an open crown molding that just goes around the edges. Think about a closed crown molding, or even just a frame, okay? Think about wallpaper or something similar, but don't lower the ceiling. Don't make that mistake, okay? Polished flooring in the bathroom, guys, this is also a health issue. It's a safety issue for you if you're going to renovate your bathroom. For bathroom floors, always use satin finish tiles. Okay, I'm not talking about the type of material, whether it's porcelain or ceramic. I'm not talking about the type, okay? I'm talking about the finish of the surface of your floor. So it should always be satin finish for safety reasons, satin finish porcelain tile. It gives you the feeling, and this is proven, of abrasion, of safety, of not slipping, right? Obviously, even when the satin finish tile is as rough as possible, if it gets wet, and especially if there's soap, it will become slippery, okay? Obviously, that's natural, but in daily life, you just finished taking a shower, dried off and so on, you're about to leave the bathroom and so on, and the floor is polished, your flip-flops are wet, right? For example, I personally have the habit of leaving the bathroom barefoot. As strange as it may seem, I don't usually shower wearing flip-flops, okay? It's not really a natural thing. You might even find it strange, but that's just my habit. Since I was a kid, I got used to showering barefoot. So, when I leave, I have a little rug there and I already leave the bathroom with my feet kind of damp. But even so, I still step on the floor. I have the floor there in my bathroom. So, satin finished floor, not polished, okay? Don't make the mistake of putting in a polished floor if you're going to renovate your bathroom. It should be a satin finished floor, not polished. Yellow lighting in your kitchen. I've already told you about this in other videos here as well. The lighting temperature in the kitchen should always be white, either neutral or cool white. This applies to kitchen lighting, laundry areas, and bathrooms. Those of you who follow me know that I always like to advise you to use neutral white or cool white lighting, especially in the kitchen. At most, neutral white, okay? You can't, this is just my opinion, okay guys? You can disagree, that's totally fine. If you have warm white lighting and you like warm white lighting in your kitchen, that's not a problem. Taste is taste. There's no arguing about it. But my advice as an architect for a project I'm going to do for you is to always use neutral white or cool white lighting. Never warm white in a kitchen. For many reasons that I've already explained to you here in our videos on all my social media. So for me, it's a mistake. Is it a mistake for you? Maybe yes, maybe no. I want to hear your opinion, so leave a comment here. And thresholds, right guys? We shouldn't use thresholds to separate rooms in our homes anymore. That's something from a long time ago. The use of thresholds in rooms has been left behind. Dividing rooms, especially from the living room to the bedrooms, from the living room to the kitchen, right? In our house, we don't use thresholds anymore. At most, a small strip there about 4 or 5 centimeters wide, right? Or even a thin little track, something really discreet aesthetically, so it doesn't draw attention. A threshold is really good, the threshold, okay? I'm not going to criticize the threshold here. It's really good. It's a type of aesthetic product that we use in other situations, but not to separate your living room from your bedroom or your living room from your kitchen. All right, cool guys? So here are 7 mistakes that you won't make when renovating your house, building your new house or your apartment. All right? I'd like to hear your opinion. If you agree with me, like if you totally agree with what I listed, then sign below, leave a comment for me here. I'd like to hear your opinion. Or if you disagree, like with the first, second, or third item, then I disagree with you. I have it in my house and I think it's really cool. That's what we have to do. We have to exchange these ideas and opinions so we can raise our knowledge here on the internet All right, big hug to you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video, leave your like and leave your comment too. All right, see you in the next video.